I'm Joey,
I'm Carlene.
And I'm Pete.
and this is Triple the Nonsense. Hey, how are we doing?
Good. Episode 2.
Episode two.
We're here for you. Sorry.
Episode 2, it's all about you.
It is all about
Specifically
me.
Joey.
Wow. So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, or you just forgot because you have 12 concussions like Pete, the
14.
next 3 14, gosh, 14 concussions.
I can remember one thing, and it's how many concussions I have.
That's fair. The next couple of episodes are going to be interviewing one of us specifically just to get more details. And this week's all about me. Get ready for more chaos.
So, Joey, tell us about you.
Deal. We'll do some background, and then these two yahoos are going to interview me, and I'm stressed about it. It's fine. I'm not actually stressed. Interviews are terrifying. So, hi, my name's Joey. I'm 28. I'm a Sagittarius. I live in the great state of Maine, which a lot of the country thinks is Canada. It's not Canada. I have
Italy,
a dog.
Canada.
It's close to Canada, but so are a lot of other states. I have a dog named Wesley. I have 2 cats, one named August, one named Daisy. I have a frog named Pickle. Yes, you heard that right. My frog name is Pickle. I am a high school band and general music teacher. My dog is currently playing with me on the side because this is great content. I grew up, born and raised in Maine, went to college in New Hampshire, came back to Maine here ever since. I can't really think of any other general info. I'm almost 5'11". I like walks on the beach. Stop me at any time.
Never.
Keep going. What do you look for in a partner?
Breathing.
Good start. Yes. No zombies, please.
Not zombies, not my thing. Anything in a partner, male or female, don't care. My favorite color is orange. Wesley, come on, go lay down. my dog's also choosing chaos. He gets that from me. And yeah, I think that's enough background information on yours truly.
All right. So now Pete and I are going to take turns in asking Joey some questions. We came up with some questions before today's episode. So,
And
Joey,
for the record, I have heard none of these. We did not practice. They gave me no clue. I have no idea what crazy questions these two are going to ask me. So I'm going to be just as surprised as anyone else listening. So let's get going, I guess.
All right, Pete, why don't you go ahead and ask the first question?
All right, Joey. Since you mentioned that you have a dog and 2 cats and a frog named Pickle, what inspired you to start your menagerie?
I think it's this thing called being a millennial with anxiety and depression. Kidding, sort of, not really. I don't know. I've always loved animals. I grew up with a cat when I was younger whose name was Oliver. And then when I was in 5th grade, we adopted a dog that was already named Oliver, which we were like, this is a sign. And he was great. We also had another cat named Jake, who we don't talk about. It's a long story. Had hamsters, like all the thing. I've always loved animals. Like if I wasn't a band teacher and I could do surgery or give shots to other things, I'd probably be a vet or like something involving animals. But when I very early on was like, oh, if I were a vet, I'd have to like do animal surgery and like draw blood and give them shots and put them down. No, thank you. Not for me. I just want to play with puppies. So when I first moved out of my parents' place and got my own apartment, I wanted to get a cat, but then because of circumstances, I was not able to get a cat. So when I moved into my now apartment, I got a cat, loved it. Life was great. That was August. And then I tried asking my landlords for a dog. They said no. A year later convinced them to let me get a second cat, ergo Daisy. And then after COVID and everything, I was like, well, landlords, this year's been real tough. Can I please get a dog? And they're like, fine, but under 25 pounds. And that's how I got Wesley. So I've always loved animals, like regardless of my mental state. Like if I could afford to legitimately have a zoo and have like multiple dogs, I think 2 cats is good. Multiple dogs, 2 cats. I love amphibians, like some geckos, more frogs. Ooh, oh my gosh.
Geckos are reptiles.
What did I say? Whatever.
Amphibians.
You know science? It's fine. I would love a rabbit And if ferrets smelled better, I'd want a ferret. And I could list off all the animals I want. Oh my gosh, a chinchilla. How cute would a chinchilla be? We could be chinchilling with one right now. Sorry. I just love animals. That's just
what would you
it
name
is.
your chinchilla? That's an important question.
I don't know, Sunny.
All right, that's it. First thing that's in your head, Sunny the chinchilla.
Great. So that's what inspired me to get my menagerie of many animals. I just love animals. I think they're better than people. So whoever I end up with in the future, if you're out there listening, you can't be allergic to animals because I already have a lot. Or just you have to take Benadryl every day and suck it up. Like there's no in between.
All right. Since we're on like the topic of creatures and pets and that, what mythical creature would you want to improve in the world if one existed?
Improve?
Mm-hmm. So if there's a mythical creature that you like, how would you like to improve that said mythical creature?
If you're watching, you can see the stunned look on my face because that's a fantastic question. Like it's one thing to say like if you could have a mythical creature, what would it be? But like to like have one and improve it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, first and foremost, I would want either a dragon or is it a griffin? Is that what they're called? The lion, horse, wing things. They're in Harry Potter. Those are great. We're gonna stick with dragon because those are easier. I would love a dragon because I would love it because you could fly on it. It would be dope. Like we've learned from Shrek that they can make donkey dragon hybrids. Like that's cool. And that's just factual. That's a children's movie. It's fine.
Yep, it is. Yep.
I think if I could improve the dragon, I think I would want them to be able, like across the board, all dragons should have the ability to be able to shrink down to be like tiny pet size so you can like take them indoors everywhere and not just always be big and gigantic. And also like scales are cool and dope and I get it, but like can those scales be like soft and not hurt me? Because I don't want to like ride on the dragon and be like, ouch, I'm bleeding, you know? So like I'd want them to be able to like shrink for convenience, but also like cause me no pain, but still be able to like go Daenerys Targaryen and like destroy my enemies. Not that I have enemies, but like you never know. With the way the world's going, we might all have enemies soon. So give me a dragon. That's where I'm at. That's a good question. Wow. I'm gonna be thinking about that all day.
You're welcome.
All right, that's the episode. Just kidding.
All right. So you didn't mention it yet, but I'm going to call you out on it. You've got some fitness goals, and I admire that a lot.
You don't know my life.
I am very proud of you for taking this journey. But like, what is your big fitness goal? What's at the end of the day? What are you hoping to accomplish with a healthier lifestyle?
That is a great question. It's multi-layered. I'll start with this. My biggest thing with fitness and health, and I will say this always, and I've said it many times. I think I'm secretly a very fit person, just like under this sheath of fat because I get lazy and I love sweets. Because like when I do actually exercise and do stuff, I like it. I'm not bad at it. I just, when you go the entirety of the pandemic and easily before that without exercising, like things happen. So like I think, well, one, I would like to just get back down to a better weight because by like June of 2019, my weight at the time was easily 35 to 40 pounds lighter than I am right now. And like I show it well, I hide it well. You wouldn't think, I'm not going to tell you how much I weigh, but like like I easily could get that weight off again easily. I know I can get that weight off again. I would like to, but also like from a cheap standard, I'm tired of squeezing into pants. And I don't want to have to buy a whole new wardrobe for work. So I would like to just wake up and go, oh, these khakis just fit me again. And just be able to live life and not have to just like, because you're like, I don't know if you've ever had words. I don't know if you've ever experienced this in your life, but having to have that relief when you get home and you unbutton your pants and you're like, oh, I can breathe again. That's not fun. I don't want it anymore. I'm tired of it. So,
I've definitely been there.
I've definitely had it too.
So if I can eat better and get into a fitness routine, because as we're recording this, I've exercised now 5 days in a row consistently. And I want to like keep that up. So yeah, because in the past I lost 30 pounds only by diet, no exercise or anything. So I think this time around with exercise and trying to eat healthier, I would like to do that, but also like sustain it. So it's like, oh, I've lost 40 pounds. Cool, we're done. Let's go back to eating donuts every day. No, not that I did that, but I would like to sustain it more. And those are kind of my current goals. So if anyone out there has any tips for healthy lifestyles and want to leave a comment or just like send me something, cool. The end.
All right. So these next couple of questions that I have are actually from Jamie. Jamie is actually a viewer who has met us via TikTok and my TikTok lives that the two of them have been in. So,
and we joke and call her our manager.
Yep. So Jamie would like to know, what is a story you rarely get the chance to talk about that you find peace or humor in sharing it?
That question by itself is more cerebral than I'll ever be in my entire life. Peace or joy? I mean, there's this one story that like immediately came to mind. So I guess I have to share it. I don't know if this is the actual perfect answer for it, but I'm going to tell the story anyways. So it was the fall of 2006. My family took a family vacation to Disney World. You know, when you could travel safely and not be afraid of dying. And we were in, I want to say, Animal Kingdom. And there's that like the river raft ride, the jungle. I forget the actual name of it.
Oh yeah, no, I know what one you're talking about.
Yeah. It's like you're in a big tube with a bunch of people, and it goes down like river rapids or something. You get all wet, and it's fun. Ha ha ha. So we went once as a family. My sister, who at the time I want to say was 15, 16. I could be very wrong. We went on it and her jeans got soaked and she was like, this sucks. I want new pants. And my mom and I were all like, that's hilarious. This whole thing was so fun. Let's go on it again. So my dad was like, okay, I'm going to take sister to go get new pants. Joey and my mother go on the ride again. So we went on the ride again. And we realized like, as we got closer, there was a family from England, like right next to us in line. And like, my mom was like, she like turned to me and she was like, we're going to be on the ride with these people. Pretend we're from England, follow my lead. And like nothing else. And I was like, what? So we got in the ride and like the raft, I think it fits like 10 people. So it was like, they were like a family of 8, my mom and I. My mom goes, hello, like, how are you guys doing today? Whatever. I'm awful accent. And they're like, oh, you guys are from London. You guys are from England too. And we just like chatted the entire time. We made up this whole backstory, but we're like, yes, we're from Sheffield. Oh, have you heard of Def Leppard? We love Def Leppard. And we just whole ride, like faking awful British accents, whether or not they actually bought it, we don't know to this day. Because as you heard, I can't do a British accent that well. Like it's okay, but it's not good. Also,
you definitely have like a mutt of British accents.
Also, I was like 12, so like it was probably worse than that just was. So like we get to the end of the ride, like after like the big drop, like you know, it slowly brings you back to the entrance and whatever. And my mom goes, hey, by the way, we just pulled your leg. We're from Maine. They were like, what? No, you're not. You have to be from like, we're like, nah, from United States, baby. It's just like the fact that we like somehow convinced an actual British family that these two yahoos from Maine, United States, were from England makes no sense to me. And I think it's so funny. And the fact that I've known you all long enough and have not told that story, I think is kind of great.
I love that story a lot.
So if you ever need people to pretend that we're British, my mom and I might be successful, but probably not. But that story I always get a kick out of telling because, like, again, my accent's not that great. Again, if I got better at it and it was consistent, I have like, you're right, Pete. There was like 5 different English accents in there. If I picked one and stuck with it, it might be okay.
Maybe you should listen to Harry Styles more than you look at him.
How dare you?
Oh, burn.
But also, that's good advice for you to develop British accent. Like, listen to him.
In my defense, most British singers sing in an American accent. So listening to his music, it's like in an American accent. So that does not help me.
No, I mean, listen to him in interviews and stuff.
Whatever. I'm gonna talk like this the rest of the podcast, and it's your fault. I'm not gonna do that. That's offensive. If anyone here is listening who's British, I'm sorry for offending your culture.
I'm British.
And
Wow.
I'm dumb. I'm dumb. If you're from England, I'm sorry for offending you. If you're from British, okay, I'm done. Cut the camera. We gotta get out of here. I gotta go. I never claimed to be smart. Okay, that's my story.
All right. Speaking of Harry Styles,
Oh yes.
Oh,
we know that you love music. You're a
I do?
band director.
It's
when
okay.
When did you first fall in love with music, and why?
That is a lovely question. I think, well, the thing, okay, here's what you gotta know about me. And my sister makes fun of me all the time about this.
Good for her.
I'm actually the weirdest person who likes music ever, because I rarely will just sit and listen to music. That's not something I do. And I've talked about this with people before. I think it's because my job in its entirety is like listening to kids play music and like analyzing music and whatnot. So it's like it doesn't become as leisure for me. It's kind of like it feels like work. The only time I truly listen to music is if I'm like in a long car ride and I'm not listening to a podcast or anything, which you should listen to this podcast when you have a car. Anyways, but I know
we digress.
we digress. I mean, according to my mom, I was like musically inclined in the womb. Like she said that like if she was ever listening to music or if she was like somewhere and there's loud music playing, that like she would like feel me like kicking in her stomach a lot. Like that's when I moved the most in her stomach, is when music happened. Again, I don't remember that I was a fetus, but that's what I've been told. And she'd also would tell me stories of how like I would be like younger in the kitchen and like I would see myself in the reflection of the ovenettes or dancing around and like, you know, whatever. Like I'd always like music's always been a thing in my life.
You think you'd be better at it then?
How dare you? I'm great at music.
Pew, 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 shots fired.
Whatever. I didn't come here to get attacked.
You're much better at dancing than I am, so I can't talk.
Well, so it's interesting you say that. So I did take dance lessons for 8 years when I was younger. And so I think that was also part of it. But I got into, I think the first legit musical thing I ever did was I decided to do a public theater production when I was in 4th grade, I think it was, which was Annie. And that was the first time I had done a musical or like sung in front of people or anything. And like it was so fun and so great. And that kind of like got me going. So like I joined band in 5th grade. Band was always my life. It was the best time of the day. Got into middle school, like joined the jazz band on top of it and everything. 8th grade, joined the marching band. Like just as I got older, like I kept doing more and more things. And like my life revolved around like, oh, I have marching band rehearsal. Oh, I have musical rehearsal. Oh, I got jazz after school today. Like it's all I was music and like playing and singing and performing and all that stuff. So it's kind of just, it started young, but like I'd never stopped. And I reflected on this recently that, you know, with the pandemic and everything in 2020, I mean, after January rather of 2020, there was no performances or anything. So like 2020 was the first year since I was like 10 that I wasn't involved in one way or the other with any type of live music performance, which like really hit me this year. I was like, wow, like literally my entire upbringing and adult life revolved around live musical performances, whether it's conducting my high school concerts or playing in a community band, which I do, or anything. So like when we were able to have performances this month, last month, I can't think, end of 2021, it was like, it like reminded me like, oh, this is why I love this, like the thrill of performing music in front of other people and all that kind of stuff. And I think I'm answering questions you didn't ask at this point, but I started young and haven't stopped. That's TLDR, too long to read. Like that's it. Music's fun. The end. I like it.
All right, another question from Jamie.
Jamie, let's get that cerebral in here. Get that cerebral, whatever.
She's wondering for you to describe an undercover alias you would like to have for yourself.
I'm speechless. To what? I wish my brain could be as big as hers. Oh my gosh.
I love that question too. Jamie,
so undercover alias, as if I was like a spy, or like if I had to go in witness protection, because those are two very different things.
Yeah. Both. Answer for both.
Yeah, go ahead and both.
No, we're gonna go with Ruth. I'm a spy. I decided. Gosh, I don't know. Why is it the first name that comes to mind is Johnny Tsunami? I don't know.
That was a wonderful Disney Channel original movie.
That was a good decom. I'm not taking it, obviously. But like, why is that the first thing that came to my like, yes, Johnny Tsunami, that's it. No, copyrighted. Gosh, actually, fun fact. When I was younger, I for some reason loved the name Jeff and like wanted my name to be Jeff. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you. I'm sure younger me could have told you. At this point, why Jeff? Don't know. Close enough to Joey. Like, just keep my name. But let's go with Jeffrey for the first half of this alias because we're gonna let my younger child live his dream. What would be a good last name?
Bezos.
No. Jeffrey Bezos. No, like get out of here. I'm changing the first name now because you've ruined it for me.
Way to go, Pete.
Classic Pete move.
Classic Pete move. Arthur von Higginbotham. Nope.
Arthur
don't
the
know.
Aardvark from the classic Kid Show.
From that classic meme of a curled up fist. Yeah. We're gonna go Arthur. I don't know. I'm not answering this question. I don't know the answer.
Can I offer some like professional advice on this subject?
Please, I'm bad at
What
this,
are you a
clearly.
professional of?
Science.
It's fine.
Arthur Adam.
I did this for 9 years.
Yeah, but
Remember?
what is?
So I had to have a fake name when I was doing it.
Oh, this is okay.
That's
This
fair.
is true.
Yeah. So like
Fair enough.
I recommend having your first name of your alias be Joey still. That way, if someone calls you Joey that you have lied to get information or whatever, you still react organically.
That's valid. I do like my name.
So you want to have some element, like every good lie. This is a lesson to everybody here. Every good lie has an element of truth. So every good alias has an element of who you actually are in it. Otherwise, it won't be organic. People are like, why didn't you answer when I called your name?
That's fair. Hear that, kids? Lying is okay, according to Pete. We're gonna go.
I'm a bad influence on kids. Don't let me be in charge.
Yeah, you're a
Let's-
teacher of science.
Don't tell
at
me.
multiple
I don't know
places.
That's
We're gonna go then. Joey. Feel it in the earth. Joey.
You
Earth
mean
is
feel
the
it
other
in the
direction.
air.
This is the air. Earth is
Feel
down
it in
here.
feel it in the ether. Come to me last name. Joey.
Ah.
I don't know why Von Trapp came to mind. I'm not German. Joey McGuire. I liked Lizzie McGuire growing up. Done.
Solid. I approve.
There you
That's a
go.
good one. All right. That's my turn now. So, Mr. Joey McGuire, if somebody asked you, because like you've overcome some stuff in your life,
Dare
so
you,
we're gonna
Yoni.
be inspirational here for a second. If someone asked you, like, what's good advice on overcoming an obstacle, what advice are you gonna give them?
I would say advice for overcoming any obstacle is to truly like take a step back and like see it for what it is. Because I think it's very easy to like if anything bad happens in your life, especially I mean speaking personally, I can get very anxious about things and overthink things and like play it up worse than it actually is in reality. So I think it's good to like take a step back, analyze the situation for what it is, take a second to like collect yourself, whether that's breathing or take like stepping away from it for a while or whatever. Like step back, analyze it, and then like try to rationally think of how to deal with it. And while that's also happening and occurring, keep in mind that whatever situation you're dealing with, this is temporary and this is not forever. So like, you know, if you're listening and you're in high school and you're super stressed about a test or you're super stressed about college and you're like, my life's going to be over if I fail this or my life's going to be over if I don't get into this college, that is not true. Like this is like a speed bump in like your long story of life. You just got to get over that hurdle. I just used two different analogies, but it's fine. Just like you will just deal with it first, focus on that one thing, think about it rationally, deal with it, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Because it's very easy to like hyper analyze or hyper focus on one thing and like have that become all you think about, and then it causes stress and anxiety, and then you stress eat, and then you gain weight. I'm now just getting too personal here, but so that's it. Relax, however best you relax, whether that's tea or yoga or sleeping, I don't know, and then deal with the situation and just try to keep in mind that this is not forever and you're okay.
Excellent advice. Excellent.
See, sometimes I can be a serious human being. It's not
You
always
are a smart
chaos.
person.
All right. So I don't know how we're on time right now, but I'm going to ask you this. Are you ready?
Never.
What is the most ridiculous fact that nobody knows about you? So if you have something that you've never told somebody about yourself, what would that be?
This is hard because I'm like kind of an open book. As you know, I kind of just like say what it is. Like, if you had asked me this question a year and a half ago, I would have been like, well, actually, I'm bisexual. But like, I'm out. Who cares? Like, that's not crazy anymore. I don't know.
I have a follow-up one if you don't have one.
I enjoy eating, ripping up cheese sticks and putting them into a cup of applesauce and eating it that way. Weird fact. Don't knock it till you try it, Pete. I saw your face.
Disgusting.
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 No, listen, you would dip apples into like a cheese fondue. People eat cheese cubes with apple slices. It's the same thing, just reverse.
I'm not 100% sure about that one.
Listen, who here likes and tries the most weird food combinations?
It's
Me.
definitely you. And
It's definitely you, but
No, I'm the expert.
on gross things. Yeah,
If the shoe fits.
it fits.
That's my answer. Pete's
All right.
turn.
Related topic. Is there a hobby that you have or had, but you've drifted away from it, that you think would be surprising to us?
Whoa, I just unlocked a memory that I have not thought about for years.
Yeah.
I went through this weird phase when I was younger where I, for some reason, maybe I liked Lord of the Rings, I don't know, or a movie or something that I don't know. I had this phase of liking to make walking sticks. Like, I would find big sticks out because we, like, across from my house growing up, there was like a little bit like a forest, like wood area. Listen.
I love this. I love this.
It sounds more lame than it is. So like there's a little foresty area across like my driveway where I grew up, and I would find like really big sticks. And for either a birthday or a Christmas, or I asked for it because I wanted to do this hobby, I don't know. I was gifted like a nice big like knife. So like I would like in the basement of our house, like have these big sticks, and like I would like, you know, with the knife, like get rid of the bark, so it was like just like the smooth part, and like make it like this nice like walking stick thing. I don't know why. We weren't a hiking family. I wasn't fighting off enemies with like a big stick thing. I don't know why I enjoyed this, but I did, and I don't think I've thought about that for like 10 years. So like,
I
thanks for
love
unlocking
that
that
so
memory.
much.
It was fun, honestly. 10 out of
I would
10.
love to have one of those walking sticks.
Well, I don't know where they are. They're probably gone.
That's
Don't
sad.
exist.
That's sad.
It's fine.
Okay, I'm gonna end this lovely, episode with this question. Are you ready, Joey?
No.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and or family assume you have done?
Oh, it's hard because I commit so many crimes. Kidding. Realistically, it would be something dumb. Like I would accidentally break a law, or accidentally rob a bank, or accidentally like be eating dinner somewhere and fall and stab someone. Like it would not be anything intentionally that I did. Something stupid would just happen to me, and it would somehow be illegal enough to get arrested. And like my family would be like, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I was here, man." Like.
I accidentally robbed a bank. I don't know. I passed the teller. I was like, "Give me all the money?" And the question mark at the end.
If you want, I don't know. I have a buddy that says, "Put on this mask, don't ask questions." Okay, where are we going?
Just follow my lead.
Well, because realistically, I don't think I truly have like a mean bone in my body. Like, yes, we all have things that aggravate us and like whatever, but like, I don't think I could truly ever intentionally actually break a law besides like speeding, but like we all do that. So like, I don't know. Kids don't speed. I teach high schoolers to go drive the speed limit, but I don't know. It would be something dumb and on accident. It would not be something intentional. Like I would click a link and be like, learn how to embezzle. What's that mean? like, like it would be something dumb. It would be something dumb because that's me. Like I'm a very smart person, but also wholeheartedly an idiot. Like there's no in between.
I think this is a really good question to end on because Carlene and I can also weigh in on what crime we think you'd be committing.
Ooh, this is fun.
So Carlene, what crime do you think Joey would commit?
This is fun. I always do my taxes. Don't say tax evasion.
All right, while you're thinking, I've got mine.
Go for it, Pete.
I think Joey would definitely steal an animal if he felt it was being abused.
Oh, that's real.
Would definitely steal an animal, and I think he would do that on purpose.
Wait, that also unlocked a story. I have not stolen an animal, but like, do you know how like sometimes people suck and they will leave their dogs in their car with the windows up on a hot day, and it's the most aggravating thing ever. There's a time my mom and I went to, I think it was still right at the time. It might have been Walgreens. I digress. Doesn't matter. And like we came out of the store. No, we went into the store and I saw this and I was like, I'm mad. But then we came out of the store. I was like 25. This was recently. And we came out of the store and like the car and the dog were still there. So clearly the owner was like still inside. And I was like, I'm mad. And like, I was like being like, should we call the police? Should I break the window? Like, what's going on? My mom was like, let's go inside and like have them make an announcement. And I was like, that's probably smart. But like, if they're not out in 10 minutes, I'm breaking this window. Like I was ready. So that's real. Yeah. For sure. That's how I adopted Daisy. She was like stuck in a cage in a Petco for over a month and a half and like barely got free time. And I was like, this poor thing, I'm saving you.
Breaking you out.
Kind of going off of the same thing, I think you would steal like a famous instrument from like your favorite band or singer. I remember very vividly in our group, I said to you that, you know, your crime would be that you would kidnap Harry Styles. And you got very mad at me when I said that.
I would never. If Harry Styles and I ever met, he would just immediately fall in love with me because I'm perfect. And then we would just live a happy life together. And I don't think there's any other way that would go.
Somebody please give this podcast to Harry Styles.
Yes. So send this to Harry Styles people. So Joey can get the recognition.
No, 20 minutes ago, I did a horrible British accent and said, if you're British, don't get offended. Like, no, I don't want him to see this.
But then the homework I gave you was to listen to him talk. So, because I'm certain he's also a nice guy, he would be willing to help you learn.
That's fair.
Ooh.
And then we would fall in love and he could leave. I could leave this country and he would take me away to England. This is getting too real. Moving on.
Well, there you guys go. You guys got to know more about Joey, and then I think Joey really knew about himself.
That's all there is to me. There's nothing else. You've learned it all.
So if you guys liked this episode, make sure you hit the like button on all of our social medias on YouTube and TikTok. And don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Triple the Nonsense Podcast. Hello.
The amount of times I say triple the podcast all the time.
And check us out on our personal social medias. All of it will be in the description below. But Joey, how did you feel about the questions?
I honestly, this was so fun because this is my theory. I won't go on too long because I know we're ending. But my theory is that all band teachers are secretly narcissists. So like, like getting this opportunity for over 30 minutes to just talk about myself, dope. Like, 10 out of 10 would do it again. If we just do this for the rest of the podcast and then do anything else, fine. I'd be okay with it.
So remember, guys, we drop new podcast episodes every Monday morning. And next week, you guys are going to get the chance to know more about me.
Oh, I have so many good questions.
So yeah, another episode done, fellas.
On that amazing note, I'm Joey,
I'm Carlene.
And I'm Pete.
and this is Triple the Nonsense, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.